go in and turn off the music. All right, we're going to start this show a little bit prematurely today because I know it's Friday night. Everybody wants to go out and party. Let's hear it up for the party people in the house. All right, we want to thank all our guests that have come in today. Make sure you like and save the world. As I have said before, if you would like to see the cast of the show, and we are looking for people that would like to help out, we need booth operators. We need to make sure that the kids don't get in here, all kinds of stuff that we're doing. We are also looking for a DJ to maybe play our radio station in here once we get that bot going and stuff like that. So HBZ, welcome to the show. Please make sure you like and save the world. I am Grimlock69, and I am your host for the evening for this festivities. We're going to be joined by a bunch of different people today, and we're going to hope that we're going to educate you on what technically is bullying. All right, so here we go. Bullying, as defined by the dictionary, is to seek harm, intimidate, or coerce someone perceived as vulnerable. It could also be something that you can use in life to actually intimidate and to basically make someone suffer from depression. There are lots of things that happen in the metaverse and in real life that are considered bullying. There are people I myself have been bullied and am still being the target of such. And there are other people in here that I'm sure have been bullied. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my place. And so just to let people know, only recording is to be done by the bot, by J1000. Any other recording we will not have. Since we're recording it, you'll be able to watch it and share it with your friends. So with that, I will take my place over here. And if Star Morning, you want to take your place on the couch, we won't need a DJ for right now. So here we go. All right. And with bullying, we have had basically Metas in Horizons, their version of what is bullying. And I'm going to get that out real quick right here. Sorry, trying to do 15,000 things at once is fun. Apparently back in, what was it, 2017, I think it was?
Almost
2017, Meta's rules that they were announcing updates to their bullying and harassment policy. We're introducing a policy to help protect these people from mass harassment and intimidation. We will now remove harmful contact that attacks public figures, as well as provide more protections for public figures who have become famous involuntarily, like human rights defenders and journalists. It is important that everyone on our apps feels safe to engage and connect with their communities. We do not allow bullying and harassment on our platform, but when it happens, we do act. So that's what we've got going on in here. I want to thank everybody for coming so far. Please like and save the world. And let's have some fun. Confetti.
Confetti me. Come on.
All right. So there has been plenty of bullying in this world. I don't know if you've received any type of bullying.
I do not. I have not. And I refuse to even acknowledge a bully.
Right. However, sometimes when the bullying goes from the metaverse to the real life, it has a tendency to take center stage. I myself have been the target of bullying. I have been accused of rape. I have been accused of child molestation, and I've been accused of several other things. So as we fill up, like I said, please go ahead and like and save the world. Hello?
I know you're not talking to me.
You can take your seat up over here, Ariana.
Yes, please take your seat. And if you so what we want to do is we want to ask everybody to stay from the seats and back. Please do not get in front of J1000 Tyree because he is our cameraman. If you have to, please go behind him. He's sitting down in front and center stage. And when question and answers come up, we will ask you to come up to the little red X in front of the logo on the floor. But please make sure that you are kind to everyone, and there is no racial slurs. There is none of that stuff to be here. So please like and save the world, and let's all have a good time. So as I was saying, There are plenty of people I have witnessed getting
Hey,
bullied
what's
in
on
here,
your
and
face?
I have been the target of it myself. And it is a tragic
Hey,
thing
don't
for
call me that,
especially
dog.
for those of us who actually do suffer from depression. Um, there are plenty of help. There are plenty of 800 numbers that you can actually look up on your phone. If you are a veteran, there is actually a text line that you can actually call if you suffer from depression. But what can be considered bullying in here?
Name call.
Well, if you do live shows and you project them onto a platform such as YouTube or like we use Rumble, which is, as I'm going to reiterate, if you haven't already, download the app called Rumble, make yourself a profile. It's a lot like YouTube. And you can look up Gear Radio and you can download us and you can see the show when Tyree, the world traveler, puts it up, usually within 24 to 48 hours. Usually that's about the time frame. So, like I said, this show is being sponsored by onegearradio.com, the best in music here, there, or anywhere. Please, by all means, please let's respect each other and have a good time. So, as I was saying, bullying. What are its impacts here in the metaverse? It can cause somebody to want to harm themselves. It could cause somebody to want to no longer actually have fun here. There are things that are taken out of context a lot of times. And we all have misunderstandings as adults. And it's either you decide to not be any place with that person anymore, or you try to solve it and make sure that the people understand that maybe it was just a mistake. I recently have talked to somebody that we weren't talking for quite a while, and yet we talked and we kind of made up. So there you go. So we'll try not to poll people. If you have a problem, please let one of us know and we will take care of it.
Oh, you.
So
Wednesday.
So anyway, so recently I have been on several shows in the past. Hey, Phil Dog, please have a seat. Question and answer time will hopefully come very soon. And as many of I've seen bullying happen in here. I have seen little kids get bullied by adults. I have seen little kids gang up on one or two people. And it's terrible that the kids come in here and they think they have the run of the place. That because they hide behind a mask, like several people hide behind a keyboard, they think they can just say whatever they want and there's no repercussions for their actions. Well, Meta has repercussions. I have talked to several community guides in venues and they don't tolerate this. You can always find help in here or at meta.com/support. Should you feel like you are really being harmed, your local police, they'll find out your non-emergency line. And that's always a thing. Find out your non-emergency lines too, and keep that saved. Not just 911, but keep your non-emergency line saved in your phone. As far as bullying in the real world, okay, for you ladies, if you feel as though you are being followed by a police officer that's not a police officer, there's actually a number that you can call. I believe it's 811, and you can actually call and find out whether a police officer is following you. If not, call 911, and they'll also make sure as well that there's no police officers following you, because that happens as well. Make sure to always check your car. If you see money taped to the back of your car or a piece of paper taped to the back of your car, do not get out, because that's a trap. So we want to make sure that you ladies are not harmed and you are always safe at all times. That's just another form of bullying. Blocking, that's another thing you can actually do in here that allows you to not have to deal with certain people. However, there are other people that do make several profiles, and it's a shame. At that point, you might want to go to meta.com/support, and they should be able to help you as well. Do you have anything that you would like to add to this, Star Morning?
Yes, I do. Also, and we should not be bullying people based off how they look. For example, me personally, in real life, I was born with brachymetatarsia. Yes, it's a very long word, and it's actually a medical condition. So when a baby was born prematurely, I was born 3 months premature, and I guess all of my body parts don't look like, the rest of a normal human being look like. Brachymeritarsia usually revolves around the toes specifically, and my toes don't look like everyone else's toes. And I got bullied relentlessly for it to the point I did want to take my own life. But with the proper help and the best support that I have gotten, I am much better to this day, and I no longer care what anyone else has to say.
Awesome, awesome. So what does your condition also do? Does it cure over time?
It does
And
not
what were
cure.
some of the things that people actually said to you? The cruel things that were said to you?
Oh yeah. So people mistaken brachymetatarsia for having like extra limbs or an extra toe, extra finger. That's not the case at all. Brachymetatarsia, if you Google it, is just deformed feet. I still have all my toes like everybody else. It just don't look normal. There's many celebrities with brachymetatarsia actually, and I guarantee you they also went through the same thing I went through. I got bullied once in the 8th grade. I was in a ballet class, and in ballet class, it requires you to take off all your shoes and your socks and everything like that. So, shut up! I'm in a show. What the is wrong
So
with you?
while she's arguing with her husband,
That's not my husband. That's my older brother. Hold on.
okay.
Stop him.
So anyway, while she's doing that, like for instance, I've gotten to be a little overweight, and yeah, I kind of look like Santa Claus, and I take it, but I deal with it. So would you like to continue what you were saying?
Okay, sorry. I had to reprimand my older brother for a second there.
Welcome, Amina.
Welcome, Amina. Come.
No.
Yes,
She's
I
not
was
part of the
mis-
show today.
Oh yeah. That is right. But I was mistakenly for having an extra toe, extra limb, and I got bullied relentlessly for it to the point it got physical until I had a group of girls attack me and physically try to pull my shoes off to show my feet to everybody. But luckily, a swift kick to the face fixed that. Don't solve everything with violence, but a swift kick to the face did solve that, and they never bothered me again. But hey, if you have to get down and rough, you're gonna have to. But don't solve everything with violence.
Exactly. I have actually had my legal name given out on this thing, and I've had people texting my phone, calling my phone. I've had to deal with that, with some of the accusations that I've had to deal with on this. And yet Meta's doing something about it, but they're not doing everything that I think that they should. But I don't have all the time in the day in the world that some of these bullies actually have to sit around all day and work from home or be married to somebody that has a lot of money to be able to do the things that they're doing to me or maybe somebody else that's feeling like this. So I think what were some of the names? 'Cause I don't think I ever got the answer to this, Star. What were some of the names that you were called?
I was called E.T. I
Okay.
was called Mermaid for having webbed feet. Well, my feet were a little webbed when I was younger.
Uh-huh.
I was called Freak. I did not like that name. I was called Alien. I was called believe it or not, people called me deboned, as in deboned chicken, deboned
Wow.
chicken,
Wow. I'm
as if I
sorry to
didn't
hear
have any
that.
bones in my feet. Come on. So
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm
there.
over it.
And that's quite a shame that people actually have to go through with this. I like I said, I've seen all kinds of people get bullied. I'm sorry, could you have a seat? Question and answer time will come very soon. And so anyway, as I was saying, as I was going through my life, I mean, my last name got made fun of. My the glasses I wore, when you wear kids make fun of you for your glasses. And it's just the thing that you have to go through and you eventually grow out of. But like I said, there are all types of bullying. There's mental, there's physical, there's emotional. And you have to also recognize that in marriages too, because I was in a relationship where I was being emotionally and physically abused and didn't even realize it, because the woman I was dating at the time was like 98 pounds, 5 foot nothing, and I stood at about 215 at the time, and I'm 5'8". What am I going to do? Call the police and say, hey, my 100-pound girlfriend is kicking my ass? that's an ego thing for most guys. And there are more guys that go through just as much guys that go through abusive relationship, whether it's mental, physical, or emotional, that just doesn't get reported. So men, you have to be wary of yourself too, as to if you are being bullied. And I think with that, what we can do is we could start taking some questions. Anybody has a question, one at a time, please come up to the orange
All right.
X over here.
Mr. Rasheem, you can come on to the front. Stand right here at the red X here.
Okay. What was your question, my friend?
So I just want to understand because I've been bullied by my wife. And I just don't know.
Can you hear him?
Can you hear
I
me?
can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear him.
So I've been bullied by my wife, and I'm just really nervous and like scared, and I don't know how to admit to anybody because I just don't want anybody to like leave me because my wife bullies me every time.
Well, there are men's organizations that can help you. What state are you in, my friend?
I'm in New York.
There is an organization called Fathers' Rights Association for New York who can actually help you out. They're called Franny. I know because I was in part of that group at one time when I lived in New York. Also, there are social groups that help men and women. You just have to find them. Call your local police. They might also have that information for you as well. If you are a vet, go seek out the Vets Crisis Center, and they will also have help centers for you as well.
It's just that I'm just like really nervous, you know.
Well,
I'm
if
30
you're
I'm
nervous,
30 and my wife is 20, and like I'm really scared of her.
I understand, and we're not here to judge you.
It's just so
This is a
hurtful
judge-free
sometimes.
zone.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just really hard to deal with the abuse. Like sometimes I just like stay out late to, avoid her, but it's just really hurtful sometimes. Like just trying to come home.
I
Like knowing
understand.
that I'm
And if
gonna
you
get like
feel that
beat up by
way,
my
like I
wife.
said, I would check yourself into a hotel or call the Fathers' Rights Association of New York. They will actually be able to help you.
Okay, yeah. The thing I don't have any kids, so that's why I'm like.
It doesn't
worried.
matter. They help all kinds of men's issues.
Talking about
Okay.
him, and they said that he
So-
did do this, that, and the other.
Um,
I'm gonna definitely check that out.
all right, thank you. Does anyone else have any other questions for the show? Okay. Well, let's see. What else can we talk about then?
Let's
Have you
talk
witnessed any
about
other bullying?
racism.
Oh,
Well,
man.
racism, yeah, that could be a foreign form of bullying, as well as ageism and sexism. That's also two other forms of bullying that go on in the real world. I know that as a male that is 55 years old, I am starting to experience ageism, especially from the younger generation. And it's kind of a bad thing to have to happen. I'm worried, can I get hired for a job at my age, as I'm getting older, especially,
Not many jobs hire.
exactly. Not
50
many
and up.
jobs want to hire someone my age that has experience because
Like
they can hire two younger people that with no experience and pay them less.
Like for
And-
example, I would say almost 5 years ago, they forced my grandfather into retirement from being a truck driver because he had heart problems and whatnot. And so
know what?
because of his age, they had to force him into retirement early. At least they sent him a huge settlement, but that still wasn't right. He still
Yeah,
wanted to
well,
work. He was
unfortunately, what
depressed.
has happened? I used to be a CDL driver myself, and they started doing these health inspections because truck drivers, unfortunately, people who are over the road, people like cab drivers, truck drivers, bus drivers, don't have the tendency to always be able to go home and cook or eat healthy. So it's always on the go because they're always trying to earn money. So as independent things, it's very hard to eat healthy. But I understand why the Department of Transportation has actually started to, put things together to actually help us stay healthy. Is there anyone else that has any questions about this? Bullying due to racism, bullying due to sexism, bullying due to ageism. Is there anybody else that has anything on this? Really? Come on out.
So I'm a therapist and a social worker. And I see this like all the time with like a lot of ageism, because I focus on the like intersectionality between a lot of intersectionality between
Hey, I can't hear him.
racism, sexism, and like human rights. And I just see like I just think it's just like really like really hurtful, where as though someone's age is just like affected on like how they are. So I'm personally a substance abuse licensed therapist, and
Substance abuse is another form of abuse or of bullying.
yeah, I'm licensed, and I see it every day. People like abuse drugs due to the like not being able to fit in society, and like it's just like it's really hurtful. And like I've been a licensed like therapist for 5 years, and like
because I don't like for people to take shit
it's
not
just, like,
serious.
So many.
I don't like for people not take shit serious. Yeah,
for real.
What? We don't have that. So, all right. Do you have a question? Just go ahead and say it while I'm okay.
I do. I have a question for Raheem. Because I'm a little confused. Hey, so first, Raheem comes up here, and you know what? There's things about there. Listen, there's things about.
Go to party chat.
We are in here talking about bullying and things people. So he comes up on the stage and he says that his wife bullies him, blah, 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 whatever. And then in the next breath, he comes out here and says he's a licensed therapist. Please explain to me, if you are a therapist, how you allowing your wife to bully you? Please explain that to me. I mean, I'm so confused. Like, I don't like for people to play games when it comes to this game. And, and I've been bullied many times in this game, many times in this game.
I have too. I totally understand.
I have been treated unfairly. I have been talked about. I have been, and I'm just sick of it. I'm tired of people playing games. Everybody playing games. They get on here thinking they think shit's funny. But in real life, people get bullied every day. People are killing themselves.
Yep.
I want to know how you are a therapist, but yet you let your wife bully you. I'm confused.
Are you a therapist, and what state are you in? Because I want to let you know that therapists, I have to register.
I mean, I'm so confused.
It's boundaries, just
there's boundaries.
She does bring up a valid point. Are you a plant in here, or do you literally have a legitimate gripe? Because
no,
she does have a valid point.
He's playing. It's bullcrap. He's playing.
I think y'all judging Raheem.
Man, you're so
I think y'all jumping to conclusions about
it's okay,
Raheem.
Everybody, let's keep it.
All right. Well, let's not become the bullies. If he's telling the truth, he's telling the truth. If he's lying, if that gets his own jollies off, I mean, that's on him. So I don't have enough evidence to say he's lying or telling the truth, but I do hear you.
Just because I made a statement doesn't mean I'm bullying him. I just asked a question.
Right.
That doesn't mean I'm bullying him.
Yeah, no.
I'm not saying that, but let's try not to, because we want to bring peace and joy.
He's not going to answer the question. He's not going to answer the question.
Okay. Well, thank you, HBZ. And how's everybody liking the show? Let's give a
see some
confetti. If y'all are liking the show so far. All right. So far, we've got some awesome people out here. Once again, for a small commercial break, if you would like to download a radio station that plays awesome music from the 60s to today's music, please download One Gear Radio, as it's spelled up there, or go to onegearradio.com, as we are being sponsored by One Gear Radio. So come and smack our app, One Gear Radio. And once again, download the Rumble app, and you will see this video within the next 24 to 40 hours. We want to thank Tyree, the world traveler. Everybody give it up for Tyree for coming out here and filming this. Send some confetti for him. We want to thank him so much. And yes, I owe you money. I will pay you. I had some problems with my paycheck. So, yes, I want to thank everybody for coming out here. Does anybody have anything else?
Oh, I do.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So question, this is totally off bullying topic, totally off everything. Anybody in here, and I don't care, you can raise your hand, I don't care, have a problem with Evil Smirk, your local hacker, and all them good people. Okay, check
Raven
this out.
Sprite,
So
but we don't really want to name any names.
I don't care. Well, I can say Evil Smirk, so I don't give a fuck. Listen, if you don't have the tablet that Evil Smirk has. It's got everybody blocked on it. If you're blocked on it, holla at me. I got your world for you. Create a blank world, name it tablet, and I got you. All you got to do is go in edit mode, save everything. Go into edit mode, save everything, and then go put it in another world. Don't worry about him blocking you because you will get all that shit. Come to me.
Yeah, I
got it
know.
all.
Yes,
to me,
him and I
got
have
it
had
all.
issues, and yes,
Go
the other
to-
people I've had issues with, but I'm not here to like bash them right now because then that would mean becoming to bullying.
I ain't bullying. I
understand.
I am tired of people.
But I have
thinking
enough
that
drama going on with them as it is.
I'm tired of people thinking that this is I get it. People do make money in this game. They do. But at the end of the day, is anything in here of value? None of this shit is of value. This shit is stuff that Meta created. You took pieces and you put some scripts to it and you made shit work and you think, oh, I've got a license now. They can take me to court. I told them, take me to fucking court.
Yes, I understand. It was just like AltSpace. Many people spent a lot of money on AltSpace.
Them out the courtroom.
Many people spent lots of money for builders to build things in AltSpace, and AltSpace just went bye-bye.
Oh, honey, you will not. Don't even tell me about how much money I spent in AltSpace. Don't even ask me how much money I spent in Alt. Remember the bodies? Remember the bodies Ryu used to make?
Yes.
I had 27 of those.
Yep.
27.
You know how much money I spent in AltSpace?
Multiply that by 55. Multiply that by 55. That's how many bodies I had.
Okay. All right. For those who are coming in, please take a seat. We are talking about bullying and its effects on people in the metaverse and in real life. If you are interested in talking about your own experiences for bullying, please come up to the Red X and give your
Dave, you going?
Give what you are. If you are not 18, you must leave the world. So please, if you are 18, you cannot be in here. So, all right, everybody have a seat. Please, again, don't step in front of Jay Tyree in the first row because he is filming this thing. So, is there a child in here? Okay, anyway, so yes, back to one of the other ones, sexism. What about, have you ever experienced sexism as being bullying?
Oh yeah, I'm currently in the Army right now, guys. You already know how that goes.
Army.
I don't know how that goes.
Air Force, Marines. Anyway.
Whatever. See, man.
All right, another retard made yearly. See, now that could be considered bullying, but we know each other, so
it's just how we military people joke around. Trust me.
Exactly. So, yeah, okay. I know when you look at me, you see a man. I told you that. Anyway,
you look like I only hold one finger, but you already know what finger I'm holding up.
I only need one finger. Anyway,
shut up.
So, has anyone ever also have any other things that they would like to say about bullying? Has they been sexism, reverse sexism? That's where men get refused employment because reverse sexism. I've been in the midst of reverse sexism when I was trying to fight for custody of my child years ago when the mother of my kid abducted my kid. So there's that. I've experienced, family court. There's a lot of, reverse sexism in family court. What about racism? Has anybody ever experienced racism? If you have been bullied like that, please come up to the Red X and answer your question. We will try to see how it was with you. Texas, did you have something? No? Anybody? Okay, well, let's see. What time is it? Oh, it's 9:00. Well, okay, so as a Black woman, I'm sure you've probably experienced bigotry and racism.
Yes,
although I think
have.
In my opinion, I think it is a lot less than it was in the 60s, but based on some statistics I can see. But everybody has their own different experiences, and I know that. And my son is part Chinese, and he's experienced it.
Oh yeah. So one instance of racism actually today. I work at a pet store, and there was a couple that came in, and the gentleman was wearing the Confederate flag shirt and refused to cooperate with me. And then I heard out of his mouth, You N-words don't know how to do nothing. I had to kick him out the store, unfortunately, but
I'd
you
have
know,
kicked his
and then
ass.
yeah. And in another instance, I
I'd have
watched
gotten
my
fired, but
father.
I'd have kicked his ass.
I couldn't do that. I wish I could though. In another instance, I watched my father, may God rest his soul. He got tackled by 7 police officers in front of me and my little brother at the time. I was 12, my little brother was 5.
And you know,
So you
speaking
gotta
on that,
understand.
Star, do you think there are bad people in every profession? Do you think that there are good police officers?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of good police officers. I'm actually friends with one of them. Actually, me and him been friends actually for a long time.
Yo, Blueface. Blueface.
All right. Hey, we're doing a show. If you'd like, come on to the seat so that we can't hear you. If you have a question, you can step up to the X and ask a question.
All right,
So,
but
and-
yeah, I'd say
Where's
yeah,
the X?
but
Where's the X?
Right here, right where
Right
she's
here.
standing.
Hey, look, I got a question.
Okay.
yes.
Look, since you said you've been through it as being a father, a single father, trying to get your kids, sexism. It
Right.
does-
Well, see what happened is the mother of my kid decided to abduct the kid to the Philippines,
Hey,
and
look,
in New York, where I was living at the time, regardless of whether you're married or not, you do not have custody of said child, whether you're married or not, the father or the mother. But when I tried to go to court, because at the time I thought that her 5-foot ass got kidnapped in New York City, and turns out that she was being helped to escape the country, go to the Philippines. And when I tried to file for an emergency custody order based on New York State's law of ex parte temporary custody orders, the judge refused to give it to me. And until I went to the media and actually got help, and in order for me to get help from the media, I had to say, I feel like I'm being reverse sexually discriminated against. And boom, the media was at my door. And the judge got a whole lot of publicity, bad publicity because of that. So there was
hey, look,
that.
I need to take a page from your book because I'm trying to get my kids now. It's kind of the same situation, but not the same situation. She's not trying to take them out of the state or nothing, out of country or nothing. Like, thank God. But
Is she a U.S. citizen?
yeah, she's a U.S. citizen. But where I'm at now, they tell me I gotta wait 6 months before I could turn around and apply for custody.
Did she
Well,
take the kids
that's not
without your
exactly
consent?
true. If she takes the kids out of the state and lives someplace for 6
No,
months.
I gave her custody.
Oh,
You
okay.
gave her
I gave-
custody?
I gave her custody like an idiot years ago. You know what I mean? Like years ago, because she was in a better situation than me as far as my kids. But now,
Did you sign away your parental rights?
never.
Right.
Okay, then
Is it joint custody?
No,
It's
he
not-
gave, it sounds like he gave full custody to the mother.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's shame.
so
I'm
that's going to
sorry.
be a
dude.
little
I know.
difficult.
It's very hard, that's another form of bullying because, to be quite honest with you, a lot of the
She's
women,
using the kids against them.
not all, but a lot of women will use the word deadbeat dad in order to make the dad look bad, to get more child support money so that they can spend it on alcohol or whatever else. And not
Facts.
all women do this, but there are some.
Yeah,
No,
like
but
for
it's not,
yeah,
I don't even
but it's
care
not
about
everywhere.
I don't even care about the child support shit is not even an issue. The issue is the
You
fact
want to
that
see your kids.
I know I want to get my kids. She's in another relationship with a fucking predator. Like she's,
Okay, so if you can prove that, you could take her to court, and she'll.
but they
most
won't let
likely
me
to,
take her to court out here until I've been out here for 6 months.
that's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that if he's moved out of the
That's-
state of that they was originally in with the kids, he does
Yeah.
have to wait 6 months.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
Your kids
It
are
is.
in danger, and they're not gonna let you get your kids.
Well, that's the funny
Exactly.
thing.
Look, that's the
That's
point.
the funny.
My kids right now, my kids is in danger. They involved in they in
Well, then
danger.
what you need to do is you need to call the Department of Children and Family or whatever
Did
they call
that.
it.
Did that.
CPS, you call CPS and
Did
everything
that.
like
I got CPS cases. I got all that. I did all that.
God, his case could
And
be a
what the
little difficult.
most
This is-
difficult
look,
thing
look,
is
that's why when you said that, look, this is why you said that. Like really, like this is meta world. Who cares? The fuck? I ain't trying to put my business up, but this is a topic that needs to be touched on because at the end
You're
of the-
right.
It's a lot
that's
of
Like,
maybe
fathers-
that's
honestly, as
another.
a
But maybe
woman-
we can make that next week's show.
It's
Oh
a lot
yeah,
of
I was
fathers
say, as a
that's
woman,
trying
I
to-
would never
trying to-
hold
Exactly.
my
That-
kids.
that would
over
be
for,
an awesome-
Like, come on now, that's basically using your kids to like get to you.
Okay, Monet, if you could back up just a little bit and get in the seats. because you're in world volume now. There you go. Thank you so much. Anyway, yeah, that could be another. Okay, Raheem, you got a question?
I just want to give him some advice.
Okay.
All right, so I work with a lot of people in substance abuse. I'm a substance licensed therapist, and I see like a lot of people, like they want to get like their kids back, but it's hard for them due to like it can be like their background or like it's like the other story whereas in your case, you feel as though that the mother is trying to like. Do you feel as though the mom is trying to like turn the kid against you?
Not even my kids love me. It's the kids. Like, look,
yeah, I
I
know
got the
they
kids on my
always gonna
side. I
have
got the
that.
kids on my side. I got the courts on my side. Everything's on my side
But
except
it's
for the
just
fact that I'm just now getting established myself, getting my own house and everything. I'm just coming home from jail, so
It's like a tussle with her. It's like that's the
yeah.
main
It's
issue.
basically just me and her.
So
It's
what
me and
you
her.
do in the situation, like everything that you do, you want to document it. Like every outreach that you're trying to make with the kids, every text message you did, you keep documenting it and just keep on making attempts and let that have like a paper trail. So that way, when the courts do come up and see, like that, they want to know that you're like engaged and you want to physically like enjoy it. And
Hey,
again,
look.
'cause I go through this like
Hey, look,
every
not for
time.
nothing, not to cut you off, but look,
Mhm.
this is the same. You talking the same thing I'm talking, but it's like at the end of the day, that helps me as in what my children is still in the same situation. Like,
Right.
While I'm documenting this, while I'm writing paper down, my children is still
You just
with a
want to
fucking
take
creeper.
physical action.
Well, wait a minute.
This
There
nigga's
is.
he's a registered sex offender. I don't
Well,
even
here's the-
understand how
Dating
the
a
state
registered sex-
allows.
Wow. Now
He's a
You
that.
knew
registered
she can
sex
get arrested
offender.
for that, right?
No,
If
no,
has
she
a-
actually cannot. And
She
here's the
cannot.
thing.
The state.
Here's the
state
thing.
said
I
that
found out.
as
Here's
long
the
as she
thing I
allows
found out.
him around
The
her,
woman
then-
could use
yeah.
drugs. She could be a prostitute. She could be committing crimes. As long as she doesn't do it in front of the kids, she's not a
What do
bad
you
mother.
mean? Isn't a
I'm-
registered sex offender not supposed to be within
Yeah,
a certain
as
few
long,
of children?
yeah, that
Exactly.
is true. That is true.
That's
You
all I'm saying.
might-
What's the point of
That's why
registering
I'm
him?
trying to tell
Exactly.
you.
You might
What's the point of
wanna-
registering
Get him
That's
arrested. You
a-
can get him arrested.
Does anybody
No,
else here
look,
might have
I done-
any knowledge on this?
Look, I didn't
Tyree,
did that.
Queen.
like always like take pictures of him. Just trying to, like,
Man, I
No,
would.
my kids didn't reported him. Like
So,
it's
hold up.
been
and, like,
been
nothing
numerous.
has
Wait, your
happened.
kid
Yo.
said something, and and nobody.
the kids reported him
Oh
and
my
everything.
God.
Wow.
Like he's been
Oh,
around the
gosh.
kids. Like he's been creeping on the kids while the mother's not even there. Like why are you there? What do you do?
Wow, that's another form of bullying right there.
Wow.
Damn, I'm
Mental,
sorry.
That's
Now there is
psychological.
somebody in here that has something going called Save the Children. If you ever want to look them up, but that's on you.
Yeah, but look, they
Psychological
saving the
abuse.
children wherever they saving the children. At. They ain't saving my children.
Yeah, that's
They ain't-
true.
Look,
Tyree, did you have a question?
Hey, Shy,
You have to come out here, Tyree.
Shy,
yo,
why you can't? Well, you just can't. You said you just came home, so you can't. You can't
nah, I
take. your
just
kid.
look. Basically, I just came home. I just now got my own crib and everything. Like I'm just now like getting on my
Why
feet.
don't you get your kids out that situation? Why don't you take them with you?
That's what I'm trying to
Because
do.
then that could be
but
kidnapping if
I
she
gotta-
has custody.
It takes
So you gotta
6
go through the
months.
courts and all of that
Yeah,
shit.
it takes
Yeah,
6 months.
and he has to wait 6 months in his place of residence.
yes,
That's
to-
the
to
sucky
even
thing
do
about
that.
it. Yeah.
They even do that. So 6 months, they got to sit there in this situation until I could do what I do. I already didn't call CPS.
Now
I done
there
called
is
everything.
another way to do this. If you go to the
Yeah.
courts where she is, if the children say they want to live with you and they're over 10, they can grant
have a
that
child that's over
right away,
10?
an emergency hearing.
Yeah, my kids big.
If
I'm
they're
doing
over
everything.
10 and they want to live
they
with
big.
you and they tell the
Yeah.
courts they want to live with
Oh,
you,
so
well,
they'll tell you if he on some BS.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They done. This is what I'm saying. Like this has already been done. Like they already they reporting shit.
Because I was raised by my dad. My
talking to
mom's not in
CPS.
my life
I
at
was
all.
raised
talking
by
to
my dad
CPS.
too.
And at the end of the day, it's like my kids is still in the same situation.
But I said
Has
my
anyone
mom
ever
used-
experienced
about it. They
parental
gotta go through
bullying?
this whole
Like, has your
process.
parental
parents
alienation?
parental alienation?
Like,
That's another form of
Come with you.
bullying.
Can't threaten her.
Hey, Grim,
Are you getting
I
into
gotta,
Miss?
go pick
Why you
up my
talking? She
husband.
talking. Okay. she
Okay,
getting
well,
it.
let's wrap up the show. And
Yeah.
all right, I think what we're going to do is wrap up the show, and I'm going to give up my
We gonna
final
make
words.
this a
Thank you,
part
Shah,
two.
for coming in.
Yo,
Hopefully,
facts.
you'll be
Matter of
keep
fact-
coming back to the show. Maybe we'll do something with that next week.
Yeah.
All right,
come on the show
everybody,
next
here's my
week and we can
final
discuss
thoughts.
This a lot further and see how we can help you.
Yes.
Yeah, but look, y'all, his topic is what made me jump on it. Like, at
Oh
the end of the
yeah,
day, it is
listen. I was
fathers-
raised
it
by
is
my
fathers
dad.
out
My
here
mom's
trying to
not
get
in my
their-
life.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
fathers out here trying to get their kids.
All right. Well, she
Yeah, I
has to
know.
go, and I have to cut down the show because it's been, we
Right,
want to cut
say
it down to a
less.
15-minute increment. But stay and hear the final thoughts. All right, everybody. I am Grimlock69, and bullying is a very harsh thing. I have been suffering through it. In here, although people are saying that I'm the one bullying or whatever, it's all a matter of perspective, I guess, at this point. I'm dealing with it. I suffer from my own depression. If you suffer from depression and you are being bullied, get the help you need. Contact Meta, contact the social medias that you need to contact. Get a hold of the police if that's possible. It's very stringent laws here in Florida, but I'm sure maybe in other states there's other things that you can do. But please, please remember, we might be cartoon characters here, but behind this mask, we are human beings. We have feelings, and we all need to be respected. So please go out there and try to get respect. I know sometimes it says it has to be earned, but to be bullied, whether it's through sexism, whether it's through racism, whether it's through ageism, or whether it's because you're fat shaming somebody or parental neglect or child abuse, it's still bullying. Please know the signs. Don't ignore the red flags. Men, make sure you're safe. Women, make sure you're safe from marital bullying, spousal bullying. And men, don't be afraid to report if you feel like you are being bullied. Watch out for the signs, because men get bullied too in
women, watch out for
relationships.
your surroundings.
And with that, my name is Grimlock69. We are being sponsored by OneGearRadio.com. Please go ahead and download the app. The number 1, GEARRADIO. Come and grind your gears with the one station that plays the music from the 60s to today. One Gear Radio. Look us up on Rumble, Gear Radio, without the one, GEARRADIO. Download the Rumble app and watch us there. We are not like YouTube where we don't get censored. So help us grow. Please come back and tune in next week. Watch the Rumble page as we come in next week to talk about what the subject we're going to talk about next week. Once again, we thank all the people came out tonight. We had an excellent crowd,
Woo,
excellent
that's
questions.
Great.
And I want to thank Amina, who's kind of our helper. She's up in the booth right now. And for my co-host, Star Morning, and your host, Grimlock69, we thank you. Please tune in next week, Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, on the show that gives you the truth, the whole truth, the ultimate truth. Thank you and good night.
Bye-bye.
Now, how was
All
that?
right, Grim. I'll see you later.